A new image of 3I Atlas has revealed something truly strange. Scientists have discovered that sunlight behaves in a completely different way around this object than anything we've ever seen or even imagined before. Look at this image. It was captured by the Mastcom-Z camera on NASA's Perseverance rover on Mars. It shows a faint blurry spot in the Martian sky, the location where scientists expected the interstellar object 3I Atlas to appear. This is the first time ever we've seen 3I Atlas from such a close distance. In the image, the comet appears only as a faint smudge next to a group of stars, each about as dim as magnitude 8. Another piece of data also shows something moving in the Martian sky, which scientists believe is the interstellar visitor 3I Atlas itself. Interestingly, this picture wasn't taken exactly during its closest approach to Mars. The Perseverance rover captured it one day before that moment. Scientists say that the actual closest approach could only be properly observed by Mars orbiters. However, due to NASA's current shutdown issues, it may take some time before they release those detailed close-up images of the object. During 3I Atlas's near pass by Mars, the Perseverance rover also recorded increased Martian surface activity. The image shows dust devils swirling around the rover and a large dust storm forming on the horizon. The tail of this interstellar object isn't visible in the rover's images, it was too faint at that time. Scientists have already discussed how this comet appears unusual because of its lack of a visible tail, something very rare compared to most comets. However, as it approached Mars, the comet began to develop a thin tail, though still much fainter and narrower than any seen before. There are also other images of 3I Atlas that show more details of its shape, but these have not yet been fully verified. Based on those unconfirmed visuals, the comet seems to be elongated in shape, making it look more like the first interstellar object Oumuamua and less like 2I Borisov. Recently, the interstellar comet 3I Atlas passed fairly close to Mars on October 3, coming within about 0.19 astronomical units, that's roughly 28 million kilometers away. It's now racing through space at nearly 200,000 miles per hour, heading toward its closest point to the Sun, known as the perihelion. However, things just took an unexpected turn. Astronomers believe that 3I Atlas may have been affected by a coronal mass ejection, a massive burst of solar energy and particles from the Sun. After this solar event, the comet suddenly disappeared from view, likely due to both its increasing distance and the Sun's glare. Also, Earth is now moving in the opposite direction relative to the comet, which makes it even harder to see against the bright background of stars. As a result, 3I Atlas won't become visible again until later this year. And just when many thought it was a normal comet, recent new observations revealed unexpected anomalies in the comet's structure and light behavior, features that challenge what we currently understand about such objects. Astronomers have recently conducted the first polarimetric observations of the interstellar comet 3I Atlas. When sunlight travels through space and hits an object like a comet, the light doesn't just bounce straight back, it scatters in many directions. Each tiny dust grain or ice particle around the comet acts like a little mirror, changing how the light behaves. When this light hits something, for example, the dust around a comet, those ripples can become more organized. Instead of moving randomly, the waves start to line up in certain directions. This lining up of light waves is called polarization. Measuring how much the light becomes polarized and in which direction allows astronomers to tell a lot about the dust it bounced off, its size, its shape, whether it's rough or smooth, and whether it's made of ice, rock, or a mixture of both. When scientists observe comets, they often find positive polarization when the comet is seen at larger phase angles. At small phase angles, many comets show negative polarization. When astronomers observed the interstellar comet 3I Atlas, they found that its negative polarization was extremely strong, much stronger than in any comet we've seen before. This was a big surprise. It means that the dust grains around 3I Atlas are very different from those in comets that come from our solar system. They might be rougher, more irregular, or made of materials that are rare or unknown here. This is the first time we've observed such behavior in an interstellar object. While we've studied several comets from our solar system and interstellar visitors, none have exhibited the unique polarimetric characteristics seen in 3I Atlas. Its extreme negative polarization, with a minimum of -2.77% at a phase angle of 6.4 degrees, is unprecedented among known comets. This strange behavior hints that 3I Atlas could have formed in a completely different kind of environment, possibly in another star system or at the very edge of our own solar system, where conditions are much colder and icier. Scientists have previously claimed this object is older than our solar system itself. According to their research, it likely came from the inner regions of our galaxy, making it one of the most ancient and mysterious visitors ever observed passing through our solar neighborhood. In another surprising observation, scientists have detected an unusual chemical composition around this object. They found that the environment surrounding this interstellar visitor is quite similar to the atmosphere and surface conditions of our neighboring planet Mars. This strongly suggests that the object did not come from a typical comet-forming region like those in our solar system. Instead, it might have originated from a planetary surface, possibly from a world with conditions similar to Mars. Some claim the object seems to glow in strange ways not seen in regular comets. That might mean that as it approaches the Sun, it could evaporate a lot more or even break into pieces when it nears perihelion. Well, scientists have also observed some other mysterious behavior in this object. We've already noticed that 3I Atlas is losing mass as it's surrounded by a visible cloud of gas. Normally, when comets shed gas, the release of material pushes them slightly off course, like a rocket firing tiny thrusters. But 3I Atlas is behaving very differently. Even with these gas clouds forming around it, its path doesn't seem to be affected at all. Some scientists think this unusual behavior might actually explain its enormous mass, as the way it holds itself together while forming a gas cloud could mean it's much denser and heavier than expected. Early estimates suggested that 3I Atlas is at least 1,000 times more massive than any comet we've seen before. Recent studies now estimate its mass could be over 33 billion tons, an almost unimaginable amount for a natural comet. Not only that, it's so massive, much more than the previous one, but there is also not enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver such a giant rock into the inner solar system over the past decade. What do you mean there's not enough rock? What do you mean? Does this mean you don't? This is even further a reason for you to think this isn't a natural object. Well, yes, because there is limited reservoir of rocky material per unit volume in interstellar space. Recently, Professor AVI Lab divided all the unusual observations about 3I Atlas into two main categories. In the first category, he listed the anomalies that might be explained with more data in the future. These include things like its size, the strange antitail, a forward jet of scattered sunlight that's about 10 times longer than it is wide and points toward the Sun, its unusual chemical composition, and its strong negative polarization of light. In the second category, he placed the anomalies that may remain puzzling forever. These include the fact that the trajectory of 3I Atlas is aligned with the ecliptic plane, the same flat plane where all the planets orbit the Sun, within just 5 degrees. Another strange detail is that the arrival time of this interstellar object seems to have been perfectly timed to pass close to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. Even more mysteriously, the direction from which the object arrived is aligned within 9 degrees of the famous WOW signal detected on August 15, 1977, which some scientists once thought might have been a message from an extraterrestrial source. Professor Loeb has argued that those who strongly insist 3I Atlas is just an ordinary, naturally formed comet should be held accountable to explain all these unusual coincidences through purely natural processes. That's all for today. Don't forget to check out our new 3I Atlas Interstellar Object t-shirt. If you like it, buy one to support the channel. Have a great day and thanks for watching.